Hello, everyone, and welcome to the
Hello.
live stream. How are you doing, Wicked?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm
Nice.
alive. So when I do my first stream, people are like, "You're alive." I'm like, "Yeah, hello,
Yeah, you were
I'm
saying
here."
before you haven't been feeling quite yourself the past couple of days.
No, it was weird. Have you ever had that happen where like not like quite sick, but you just like you were like fatigued and you're like, "What's wrong with me?"
I'm fatigued 24/7,
She's like, "That's my
unfortunately.
personality,
So,
actually." So
yeah, I wish it wasn't, but I'm always tired.
it's the life of a girl. We're always tired and we always want chocolate. Take notes, guys.
See, I always choose peanut butter over chocolate, but peanut
Mm,
butter and
and chocolate.
chocolate,
That's a game
that's
changer.
that's the elite combo.
Oh, yeah, it is. I love Reese's. Now I want a
Reese's are
snack.
good, but I also really like the Reese's like the cereal. That's good too.
Oh, that is good. Now you're gonna get
It
me
is.
hungry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No more peanut butter talk. I love peanut butter.
No. Anyway, hope everyone is doing good. Welcome to the live stream, another episode of the Vara and Virtue Show. It's going to be a spicy night. I wonder if anybody is going to get very upset with our talk about Stranger Things, and to be honest, kind of pointing and laughing at the people that really thought Conformity Gate was going to be a thing. Like, I
Why are you
know
gonna
it's
put me on
nice.
blast?
I'm
I'm just kidding.
sorry, Wicked.
I did not think it was gonna be a thing. I was like, listen, if it did, even if it was crappy, I would have gave them props,
It
like
would have been
for that idea.
insane.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're not smart. Like, listen, maybe season one Duffer Brothers would have been smart enough for that, but no.
Yeah, no, but Netflix crashed because
I
there
didn't
were
know that.
so many people that were going at like 9 or 8 p.m. thinking, "Oh my God, it's finally time." It clearly did not happen. There's a lot of people seething on social media, even people that are claiming that they're gonna like boycott Netflix over
Okay.
this,
Oh,
which
really? Over,
yeah.
but not over like cuties, but over this. Calm down,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Well, that's how people are, you know, they get a little bit
They're retarded.
upset. Oh, well,
Sorry.
they are also
Sorry, but
retarded.
I'm
That
not.
is true. But we'll be talking about that. We have a couple of very interesting quick hits, like the Tangled casting has been announced, which I thought was interesting. A $3,500 Resident Evil statue that has real hair.
And,
Apparently.
and the character guy, please, please. I honestly don't think I spend that much for Leon.
I'd buy a Leon
For
for
3,000?
a lot of money. I
I don't know
wouldn't
about quite
spend
3,000.
3,000. But I would be interested in seeing a $3,000 Leon statue.
I
That's
would
fine if it
definitely look at a picture
exists.
and enjoy the picture. It'd be a nice picture to look at.
Yeah, exactly. Later, we're going to be reviewing The Housemaid, which is an interesting movie. I don't want to give away our thoughts, but it had some good points. It had some weaker points, which,
We laughed, we cried.
yep,
I'm just kidding. I did not
the
cry.
friends we made along the way, you know.
Yeah.
We have some box office topics. So yeah, we just have a lot to talk about, but I hope everyone's doing good. Welcome on in. Corey starting us off strong with a $5, saying, "Sad news today. I heard that due to bankruptcy, Old MacDonald has to auction off his farm. The money he raises will help cover what he EIEIOs."
All right, that's it, guys. We're gonna go. Just kidding. The end of the show. Corey broke it.
Corey is great at making the dumbest jokes ever be delivered in the, I guess, best way possible.
Oh, way to start the
Because
first Vara and Virtue of
I know of the
2026.
new
I'm like, I gotta look at the date real
year.
quick. Like, we didn't have, yeah, okay, it's the 7th.
That's great. I can't believe we're already a week through the year.
It's flying by already, guys. What are we gonna do?
Do you have any fun plans for 2026?
Well, next week's my birthday. So I'm gonna do
Eee.
some fun stuff for my birthday and I'm gonna have a cool little like gaming stream. So
Nice. Do you know what you're
yeah.
gonna play yet?
I think I'm gonna do like a mix like I did last year. Because
Yeah.
the Elgato, shout out Hokies, thank you for sending it to me. It's much better than whatever I
Woo!
had before. Like no screen tearing. So I
You got it all set up?
yeah, I tested it out, and, I'll probably hop on and do just, like, a bunch of, like, random games from, like, the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the 64, and stuff like that. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try and do, like, a nice long stream, so I'll bounce around and just have fun. Maybe play a little bit of Mario Kart World.
Nice. Do you play Animal Crossing?
I did, but I haven't in a while. Like, I was very into it on the 3DS, and then, Switch. I played it for, like during, like, quarantine, right? Like, I played it a lot, and then I was like, "Okay, I've done, like, all I wanna do," and then I just stopped I have not played it since, like, 2020.
Gotcha, because next Thursday, I believe it is, the 3.0 update comes out and they're doing like a Zelda crossover.
Oh, that's
So like the
cute.
Master Sword's gonna be back in it. If you have the amiibos, there's also villagers like Wolf Link from Twilight Princess and stuff. There's like lots of decorations. Also, I think that there is like a Zelda. I know there's a Link like skin, but I think there's also gonna be a Zelda one too, which is really, really cool.
Oh, okay, maybe I mean, I have it for the Switch, so I can use it on Switch too.
Yeah.
Um, maybe I'll
Oh,
check that out.
I also hadn't played it in a long time, so I booted it back up. I was like, wow, I have no idea what I was doing last.
Where am I? What's going on? I remember like I was like so into it for the 3DS. I remember my my song when you like go into like the mayor's office was yeah. Like the Usher song, it was
Oh
like
my
doom 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 doom,
gosh.
and I was like, I thought that was the funniest thing. Like my
That's
friends were
sick.
like, whenever they came in, they were like, "We love going to your thing." Like I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm so funny. I
It's
didn't
just
do
a
that.
vibe.
It's just a vibe.
It is.
I didn't do that for the Switch though. I should have. Maybe I'll bring it back."
Yeah, that's cool though. I like
Mhm.
that. But
Um,
that is next week
you
as
need to
well.
get uh where is it? I was looking for the case. You need to I think it's for Steam too. I think you would really like the Retro Realms game. I'm having
I
so much fun with it.
I have that in my Amazon cart because I did want to buy the physical version of it because I watched you play it and I hadn't heard of it
Me
before I saw
neither.
you playing it. And when you had said, because you had told me, I think a couple days before that you were going to play it, I was like, oh, I'll have to see what you think of it. And you seem to really be enjoying it.
Oh, it's fun, and I'm like you can bounce back and forth, and it's actually I think 4 different stories, which is crazy because you can play as Ash vs Evil Dead, and then Michael from Halloween, but then you can also play as Laurie, which is a different storyline for Halloween, and Kelly from Ash vs Evil Dead, which is a different storyline too. Kind of cool.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's good. A lot of replayability then as well. That
Yeah.
was the nice thing about the Terminator game because you're technically going through like mostly the same levels, but there's different endings and then like different choices that you make. So you can get, I think there's three different endings, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool. Like, have you ever played Heavy Rain?
Yes, I have.
I've played that like 3
It's
times.
been
I
a
think there's
long
6.
time actually.
I thought I have that on Steam. I think I may bring it back for like a fun. The story's great. I played it 3 different times. I was obsessed with it on the PlayStation 2. Like one of my friends was like, "You
Yeah.
should try this. You'll like it." And then I got 3 different endings. First time everyone died. Um,
Phew.
yeah,
Well,
it
at least there's
happens.
other attempts.
Yeah, exactly. But I love that. I like Butterfly Effect or alternate ending games like that. So I have to put that on uh the Terminator game on my list to buy. Actually, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, it was good. It was. I recommend it. But yeah, next week we'll celebrate your birthday as well. That'll be
Yes.
fun.
Yeah, and we may even have a guest. We'll see.
Maybe. Saw, thank you for the 5 months.
Maybe.
Hi to the two beautiful ladies. I love the memes from Stranger Things, Nambo, and the two starting a podcast and Rip Cecil YouTube channel. I didn't get to look into the Cecil YouTube channel situation, but his account got terminated, right?
It did? Oh.
Yeah, I saw I had seen a post on it. I think that it was he didn't have any strikes or anything, and YouTube terminated it. That's
Wow.
terrible.
That is
This
terrible. What?
AI is going so rogue. It is insane to see.
It is. And that's sad because it's some people's livelihood. Like, what the heck? It's
Yeah,
kind of scary. They need to do something about that. I'm guessing that eventually they will because I mean, enough people are most likely going to complain. Like, if you do nothing wrong, your channel gets removed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I understand having systems in place for people who actually break the rules. Obviously, nobody, can exist on a platform if they're not going to follow platform guidelines, but nothing had happened. Like he didn't do anything, he didn't say anything, like he didn't show anything. From what I understand, it just was completely like what's the word I'm looking for? Deactivated, like taken down, which is, yeah. This channel was removed because it violated our community guidelines, but he got 0 warning.
Yeah, I'm guessing he'll probably be, but isn't it like if they delete a channel, sometimes they can't even fix it and you got to start from scratch again?
I don't think that happens if YouTube removes it.
Okay.
I think that, so like if, let's say I deleted my channel and I went through the 30 days, they can't recover that if I do it. But I think if YouTube like removes it, they're basically making it inactive. But I suppose I would not put it past YouTube to not be able to fix things. I just can't think of any. Yeah, I just can't think of any examples off the top of my head where YouTube's taken it down and then YouTube was like, well, tough crap.
Saw says they said it was for bullying.
Bullying? God damn. Who did he bully? No. Uh-oh. Somebody got mad.
Clearly. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully, his channel comes back. That is YouTube.
Yeah, luckily Cecil does have a Rumble, and I will put it in chat for anybody that is interested, but I'll keep my eye on that. That's terrible. I did repost it on X as well, though, just to hopefully, bump it up a little bit, because the more interaction, the more likely it is that YouTube will see it. But with how rogue their AI has been, I wouldn't put it past them to never fix it, and that's just terrible.
It is. They I don't know what they're doing. They got to get rid of this AI. Like they make enough money to have like a real human check into this stuff. I mean,
maybe it's just a elaborate plot for us to not complain about Indian customer service members anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Would you rather talk to the AI or the human being?
AI. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Jose Ataco, thank you for the 3 months. Did you see some dude did a mini Zelda trailer AI for $300? It was neat, not great. I did not see that.
Here, I'll put it in. I have it. I'll put it in the private chat. I think we can watch it. I think Jay watched it or somebody watched it on a stream, and you can't really get hit, I don't think, for some AI.
There we go, the end of my channel. Thanks, guys.
Here, I put it in the private chat.
Cool. I'll
it was cool.
I haven't seen it yet. Does it use the actors that are in the live action?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Good it's actors. More like it's not going to be like very Nintendo, right? It was more like gritty. But,
well, yeah.
But it's okay. Like it's still AI and $300, that's not bad, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Let's watch.
Oh, it's getting community noted. It's probably saying, stop being a loser on the internet and believing everything you see.
This isn't real. Nintendo didn't make this. Thanks, we already know that.
That he was searching for something. But now, I'm all alone. And I don't have his courage.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah, pretty creepy.
Your hatred gives you strength.
Please, find Link.
It's a pretty good trailer.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It is. To be fair, like, I wonder if Hollywood will legitimately just start pumping out like AI, because you could just generate basically like the bones of the trailer and then actually have somebody like add different filters over it and sort of like fix it up, like with kind of what happened with the Perfect Dark situation, honestly, where there were developers after the project was canceled who basically said, yeah, they just had us create the specific section of gameplay just to show off in a trailer to gauge reaction.
Yeah. I do think they're going to be doing that. Like, how I feel about AI, I think it's a good tool to use a little bit, but like full on creation. Like, I don't believe in that. I'm not trying to see full AI movies and stuff.
Oh God, no.
So yeah, but when we seen it with the Coca-Cola trailers, like, come on, the Coca-Cola like Christmas trailers were always commercials were always super cool, and then they used AI and people were not happy about it, which I understand that. I like that McDonald's did it and then they actually listened when people
it is
complained.
AI, yes.
Yeah.
I think that
it says that it's AI in the tweet.
It does.
So
I think that, though, you know, we've I don't know how to say, like, we've seen so much pushback against AI, and I understand it being fought back against more when we're talking about a Coca-Cola size company or like a Disney size company. They can hire whoever they want. They've
got the money,
hundreds of millions of dollars towards it. I do feel a bit differently when we're talking about like indie video game studios. I'm not saying that everything in a video game should be AI generated, and I personally would not play a 100% like AI video game, but I do think that you know, there are times where like you do use AI maybe in like marketing material for like generated images, or like the Arc Raider situation. They're paying the voice actors to use their voice, but it is, you know, the AI version of it, so that they can like say whatever they want with the license. But yeah, when it's like a Coca-Cola or a Disney, I think that's pretty BS.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's when you got the money, like, you know, small creators or indie creators, like you said, use it to help
sparingly.
Yeah. But not to full on make everything. That's just I think it's kind of lazy. Like, the AI videos kind of creep me out. Like the ones that people make for like Grok and stuff from pictures and everything. Like they creep me out a little bit.
Grok,
be honest.
Put her in a bikini.
And I someone did that with like the Grok. Like Grok put like your image in a bikini, and it was like the Grok symbol.
I didn't see that. That sounds so cursed.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I saw it, but I was like, this has gone too far, man.
Yeah, like, you know what? Maybe we do need to regulate AI a little bit, because this is getting out of hand.
Bit. Like, there's too many bikini pictures that I don't need to see on X, guys.
Yeah,
okay? Just saying. We don't need to see everybody in a bikini. Trust me.
I agree. Soon it's gonna be instead of burn the witch, it's gonna be burn the AI user, and it's pointing and laughing.
Yeah.
That was actually not that bad of a trailer, though. Like, for only probably taking somebody like a couple days to get right, because, you know, sometimes you have to go through a million takes for AI to pump out something that's actually like decent, I suppose. But interesting, concept idea.
Yeah, it's like someone just did it, like it was for fun, their free time.
Yeah,
a fan. That's fine. It's not like they're trying to actually make money off of it.
Right. Yeah.
Paid money for it, actually.
That's true. But I guess if you pay for like these AI subscriptions, then I think you just get like a limited generation anyway. I don't know how they work. I've never paid for AI, and I never probably will. So
yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Mike, thank you for the 5. With Leon and Resident Evil 9, I theorize that Capcom is trying out action-focused gameplay in Resident Evil engine format for possible 5 to 6 remakes down the road. I think that they just were saying, hey, we need a big character in this game. Who are we going to put? Leon.
Because they know everyone's going to be like, yes. So I think what they're going to do, because everyone's thinking that they're going to announce that like Code Veronica and or maybe something else is going to get a remake soon. I don't think they're going to do that yet. I think if they do that this year, they're going to wait until like summertime at the earliest. Because why would they announce a remake when they have a game coming out in a month? You know, I
Yeah.
don't think that they're going to do that. I would like Code Veronica. I want to play that. So if they do a remake, that'd be nice.
Right.
But I don't I don't see them doing that. That'd be kind of silly to announce it and like have it like overlap with this new game, which I'm really excited for because I don't know, I think we might have the same favorite Resident Evil game. Is 2 your favorite too?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Because I really like the format of like the escape room horror,
Mhm.
like the way they do that. I don't hate 4 at all. I like 4. I mean, it's Leon, come on. But that was more action horror, like he's suplexing old ladies and
Yeah.
like it was a little
insane.
That's why people really liked 7 because it was kind of like a return to form, even though it wasn't the original characters. I still have to play through all of 7. I've seen it. I watched friends play it. I've played through a little bit. I'm gonna start it over again. But I can see why people were so happy about 7.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think that we're gonna get a Code Veronica announcement until the end of the year, maybe at like the Game Awards
Yeah.
2026,
Mhm.
because they are going to want months to sort of push this game, then to put it on sale, then to sort of highlight that for the rest of the year because it is a very big title. But, you know, 5 or 6 remakes, I don't think that we're going to get either. Like Mike
Probably
said,
not.
I think that 5 is so controversial, and well, I don't think it's controversial,
For
but
a
it's
dumb
controversial
reason.
because if they did a remake, they would either A, have to censor it to appease one group, but then there would be plenty of other gamers who would be upset that they censored it and altered it and sanitized it, or they wouldn't censor it and then the leftoids would be furious that they didn't, you know, apologize for their sins of the past and
And I
alter it.
heard, like, I've heard because I haven't played 6. People don't really like 6 that much. Like
I like
but
all
that
the Resident Evil games, so like I didn't hate 6, but I know that it was the most like
it was weaker,
controversial, we'll say, in terms of like the gameplay and the story.
and they spent a lot of money on that game. No, right? Didn't they spend a lot of money to create that
Ooh,
one? 6.
they did well, to be fair, all of these games are expensive now. Resident Evil
Yeah.
6. Let me see if I can find the budget real quick. We don't know the exact number, but at the time, it was their biggest and most expensive project with over $100 million put into it because they had a 600+ person development team, which at the time was only comparable to Call of Duty
Ooh.
size teams.
Okay.
And now that's like an average day in the video game industry, but
Yeah. So 6 is all action. Okay, so that's why because
Yeah.
I like me. I prefer the escape room style.
yeah. But
Resident
for
Evil.
2012, I mean, $100 million was
That's
a
a lot.
hefty chunk of change, right?
Yes, it was. I'm excited for us to play 5 at some point.
That will be fun. I'm very excited for that. Also, guys, I think I've convinced Wicked to play Reanimal with us.
Oh, you did. I'm absolutely playing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're
It's
trying to
gonna be
figure out a
fun.
day when it drops in February, right? So
Yeah, it drops
we're
in
gonna be
February.
busy. We're gonna be busy in February with all the games. I'm so
We
excited.
are,
You're
and
just gonna
that'll
see
be
me and
okay.
Vara, it's just gonna be all Resident Evil 9. Sorry, but not sorry.
Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil, Resident Evil. Hey, what do you play today, Wicked? Resident Evil. How about you? Resident Evil.
Talk to you later.
Yeah. But I
Show's
do
canceled,
think
we're playing Resident Evil. No I'm kidding.
Yep, exactly. But I do think that we will get Code Veronica probably next year or maybe the year after because like if come I don't know September or October, right, Resident Evil 9 is still like doing amazing in sales, there's no way that they're going to put out a new game close to that.
No,
So,
that would just be silly too. So I don't see that happening.
yeah.
But I am so excited. I'm actually excited for Grace's story because I hope that it's again, like a return to form, like but they show her like if she turns into like a Jill type, right? Because you see from the trailers that she's not like just like this badass right off the bat. Like, she's scared and she's freaking out and trying to figure out what's going on. So I like that. And I hope we like her and that she's not like annoying.
I am very interested to see what the humor between Leon and Grace is gonna be because, oh God, kids these days,
I know, is he gonna be- are we gonna
back
get
in
more-
my day, there's gonna be some line of Leon acting his age. Oh my gosh,
We're gonna
well,
get
when I
old
was
grumpy
around
Leon.
here, right?
Yeah. We
I could
might.
take down 20 of these guys to your one. So it's
gonna
bound
be-
to happen.
Yeah, it will. I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with that. I can't wait. Do you think that we're going to get like a full circle moment with Leon where he ends up back at the police department?
Yes, and I think he'll die.
Oh,
Yeah.
golly.
I think he needs
No,
to.
please. We need
I hate
Captain
to say it.
America, Leon. Give him an injection, please.
I
I'm
hate to
kidding.
say it. I do kind of hope that this is his sort of
His swan
send-off.
song.
Yeah, because I love him, but I don't want to see an 80-year-old in a wheelchair with a shotgun, It's just not what I'm looking forward to.
Where's Jill?
You don't kill my
Where's
boy.
Claire?
He's my favorite character too. Don't get it twisted. I love Leon, but I want him to have a good ending and them not, continue just using him to the point of okay,
his
it's
story starts
gotten
to suck.
old.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. But speaking of Resident Evil,
Why
oh
of
my
all
God.
people, who wants this? Who
A
wants Ashley?
$3,500 Ashley statue featuring real hair and silicone skin is being released by Infinity Studios. This sounds so
Why?
weird. This sounds sus as hell.
It's very weird, but like of all, Shane says I wouldn't take this for free. I know whose hair. That's the real question. Whose hair?
What do they mean by real hair? Do they mean that it's just like synthetic hair, but like of course it moves? Do you mean like I don't know? We have fucking people cutting off their hair. I feel really creeped out by this. This is probably creepier than the game she was fucking in.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, why Ashley? I don't understand that. Like I said, even if this was Leon, I don't want real hair, Leon. That's freaky. It's weird. I don't want that. Get it away from me.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, hey, listen, I don't like the gamers or Chud's ankle, but what if you buy this? I'm sorry, I'm calling you a Chud.
If you buy this, we're gonna make fun of you.
Yes, you're my best girl who I touch her silicone skin every day. Fucking
sure-
to jail.
Just make sure you wash the Cheeto dust off your fingers
Yo,
before you play with her hair.
No, stop. This just sounds so cursed. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
God. I mean, at least it looks pretty.
Yeah, it looks cool, but no.
But also, how large is this gonna be?
Yeah, for 3,000, it's got to be like pretty big, I would say. Like, obviously, it's going to be like a statue, so it's not going to be like life size, but I'm guessing it's going to be like hefty,
Right.
Like, I have a couple of the sideshow figures, probably something like that, like the bigger ones.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it looks cool, I suppose. I don't trust this. This bitch would get up in the middle of a fucking horror movie and stab you in the neck,
Yeah, we watched too many scary movies.
This is the beginning of one of these scary movies. Whoa, this random doll I found in my attic is so lifelike. That's crazy. It even has hair that moves, and then it
Let's put
stabs
her in
you.
our room. Oh, I'm dead
Yeah, no, and then the 8-year-old becomes like obsessed with it. And it's like, mommy, look, it moved its arm. No, I'm good. I've seen this too many times.
now. I know how this ends. Okay, we're moving out and leaving the doll in the house.
Yeah, I'm all set with that hoodoo voodoo. But I thought that looked interesting. But yeah, there's no possible way. I would be buying it at that type of price.
I'm good with my Duck Leon. Okay, not gonna.
Duck
kill
Leon
me.
is really awesome. I do agree.
The hair's not real. Don't worry.
Nope,
Totally
it's
fine.
not.
Oh,
Drew, thank
chat's
you for the 9.99. Like the stream, Hiya V, Wicked, and chat. Thank you so much, Drew. Very
Hello.
grateful. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird.
Now that we've properly traumatized the chat, let's get on with the real show. No, okay.
Yeah, right. Do you like Tangled?
Yeah. Honestly, I think Tangled was better than Frozen. The story.
I agree. I do. But
It was fun. I feel like but that was like, I don't know if that was the start, but that's when they went heavily. Like I partially blame Tangled for the cute, quirky, and different girl that they have in every Disney movie now. Like she's so
yeah.
quirky and relatable and silly. But I like Tangled, but they throw that trope in too much now.
They do definitely, but they have done some live action casting. So Milo Manheim has been cast as Flynn Rider in this live action adaptation that nobody asked for. And then Tegan Croft has been cast as Rapunzel,
She
which
played Raven, right?
she did in
Okay. She was
Titans.
actually listen, I'm so mad about Titans because it could have been great. They had some pretty good actors like Dick Grayson. Oh man, like that actor was really good
Yeah.
looking. I was like, yes, but the writing was so bad. And she was a good Raven too, I thought.
I thought that she was a decent Raven. My problem is that just that show in general was so bad most of the time.
Yeah, it was. The writing was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want this live action, but like on the plus side, I can say don't look bad like as the characters.
Yeah, yeah. Like I my thing, right, with this is I don't know how I don't know how I feel just about there being a live action version of this in general. I'm so sick of seeing everything like live actionified. It's so bad most of the time.
It
And
is.
if this had been happening, several years ago when like a Beauty and the Beast was made or Aladdin, those were pretty good. But now we've gotten to the point where it's devolved to like Little Mermaid and Snow White. And I don't know.
Like doing one once in a while would have been fine, and if they would have kept the quality like Cinderella, that was a really good one. Even Beauty and the Beast wasn't that bad. I still think Cinderella is probably like the best one they've done. I mean,
Yeah.
Jungle Book was good too. They had a couple good ones, but like now we're getting like at least one every year, and they're just slop. They're not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I just I don't see Rapunzel when I look at her. I don't see Flynn Rider when I look at him either, though.
No, the thing is, like, I'm just like surprised that they're white and not ugly. That's my surprise here. But we seen in I don't know if this was like true, but there was like some tweet that was going around that Disney didn't want to have Sabrina Carpenter because like they said she was too pretty. And first off, I don't agree with that. I don't think she's ugly, but she's not like drop dead gorgeous. She's one of those girls that has to like cake makeup on to look extra. I don't think she's
Yeah.
ugly, but like she's just normal looking, which is totally fine. But the fact that they said that, if they did, is so stupid because a Disney princess is supposed to be like
Yeah.
bombshell, looks better than everybody. And with this, like this makes me kind of believe that like this girl's not ugly at all, but
Right.
she's not like Disney princess pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's like I suppose it's better than like Ariana Grande
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
her. So like I guess that's something.
There's a couple pluses here, but then again, it's another live action that we didn't ask for. So
Yeah, I can't think of anybody though that I would like prefer as her, but I guess that's just me not thinking that this needs some kind of like adaptation.
yeah, because we just like don't care about the live action. So it's I used to play the game like, oh, this person would look good, but then we've gotten so many live actions that were crap. I'm just like, yeah, I don't really care. Whoever you want, 'cause it's
Yeah.
gonna suck no matter what.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I guess it's interesting. They're not, I don't think the worst castings either. I don't know if I've seen him in anything though, or at least I don't think that I recognize his name.
He looks familiar, but I
He does
can't
look
place where
familiar.
what he's been on. Probably some like Netflix show or something. Like that's Is it Milo
Ye-
Manham?
Oh, he was in Thanksgiving.
He was the boyfriend, like the second
Yeah.
boyfriend. That's exactly where it was
He
then, because
was
we recently
also
watched that.
in the zombie movies. Apparently, there's 5 of them. Never seen any of those.
Someone in the chat says Wizard of Waverly Place. Wow, can't speak. I never watched that, so
Was he?
I don't know. I never
Damn.
watched it, so
Well, either way, Thanksgiving's probably the movie we're thinking of.
it is because we just
So.
watched that. So okay,
We did, so yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see if this actually ever releases, though.
yeah, you never know. You never
Because
know.
they cast people, but then that doesn't mean that it's actually going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
So.
I prefer not to. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I'm going to address this because I know my mods wanted me to, or well, they said I'm going to let Vara handle this. Seth, thanks for the 2. You're a waste of life. Wow, man. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for your $2. You were calling people a retard in chat. We've given you a lot of chances, so I'm going to have to, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say goodbye, Seth. But thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. You probably should know, though, that I've been on the internet for so long, like, I'm not really that affected, so if that's supposed to hurt me, like, Wicked said worse to me. She abuses me in DMs. She says so many mean things to me.
I'm so mean. Yeah, I can't relate to actually spending money to tell someone that you don't like them. Like, that's
I guess
cool.
I'll never understand
Thanks for the coffee, Seth. Thanks for the coffee.
I'll never understand, like, if you hate somebody, just leave. That's all you have to do. Nobody's holding you hostage here, like forcing you to hang out. And yeah, he was calling people like a simp and all that, but it is what it is. Thanks for being here, man. And hey, Zeus, thank you for the gifted membership.
And the watch and the dislike, whatever.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. But thank you for the gifted. Much appreciated. Very grateful per usual. You little simp. How could you do this? Don't you know better? I know. Liking people's content, that makes you a simp. Don't ask questions either, because that makes you a simp too.
It's true. If you even comment in this chat, guys, even if you're a girl and you want to talk to us, you're a simp. You're not allowed to like things on the internet.
You're a chud, incel, loser, bigot, simp.
If you like women, like, no matter what, you're a simp. Like, you're not allowed to.
Exactly. That's a very good point, Wicked.
How dare you?
Speaking of being a simp, you guys know. All right, I'll admit it. I'm a simp for the Pattinson movie. I liked the Batman Part 1. I thought it was pretty good, but will the sequel be good? I'm not convinced. We recently had heard that Scarlett Johansson was in talks to join the ranks. Now apparently Sebastian Stan is as well.
So I like Sebastian Stan as an actor.
I do too.
But I don't know, because see, like, I gave it 8 out of 10, totally fine. Like, I didn't hate it. It was very mixed. I know a lot of people like that line that Zoe Kravitz said.
That's
was like
the only bad line in my opinion.
That like annoyed people, and I can see why. But like overall, because there's different, levels of Batman, right? Like there's when he's in, and this is when he's still kind of feeling out the whole Batman stuff, and it makes sense. Like, you can't, like, if he would have just jumped in and been full on Batman, like he's got to learn the ropes a bit. So that's what I took this movie as. So I'm hoping that the Batman Part 2 we get, more of, like, he's been Batman for longer now, right? Like, he is doing more Batman things, we'll say. I don't know, for lack of a better term. But I'm a little worried because I really liked the Penguin show. And I think that they may try to mix that in a bit more because of the success of that. I'm more scared for Penguin season 2 because I think they should have left that. Like, it ended like good. I think they should have just kept it at season 1.
Well,
and
technically they haven't greenlit season 2.
Yeah, I hope they keep it that way. Like, everyone's like, oh, I want Sophia Falcone. I'm like, no, stop it. We don't need to dive deeper. Listen, 10 years ago, I would have been right there with you. Like, yes, give us more. But like, writing is just not there. like these days, so I can't trust
Yeah.
them. Like it's like the Netflix shows, right? Like Stranger Things is a good example. First season, I really liked it. I know some people were like, it was meh. I loved it. 9 years ago, I was full in. I was Stranger Things, loved it. But then like look 9 years later, what we're getting, it's like, so I'm a bit worried for this too. I hope it's good. I want to like things. Truly. I would love to just go to the movies and be like, yeah, that was awesome. Like, remember like leaving movies and you're like, like you're so excited that you're just like, oh, this part, did you see this part? Like this, you loved like, like you got like Easter eggs when it was like, superhero stuff and we would get so excited. And then you're like, now it's just like, well, that was a movie. We get that way too much
Yeah.
now. And
So-
it makes me sad because I'm a movie buff. I love movies.
I agree. So the thing with the Penguin, right, is I did really enjoy season 1 and it's tough, right? Because if they do such a good job with one season, I want to have faith and like trust almost that they can make another really good season. But we know that as shows go on, generally they don't get better if they start out being really fantastic. So you risk more of a chance of it being fucked up than you do like replicating it. So that is like a problem. Like sure, in theory, I would really like it to come out, but at the same time, like I don't want them to mess it up. And my second point with this movie is I also feel conflicted about this too because the first movie had a lot of big names in it. It had a lot of star power, but I feel like now this movie, it's set pieces and like costumes and overall quality is going to be sacrificed because they're going to have to pay so many extra big names to be a part of it. And that's such a major problem is you see them like over promising and then under delivering because if you have to pay $300 million between a star-studded cast or $200 million between the cast, what about the rest of the movie? What about the sets and the cars and the action scenes? Like you sacrifice quality in one area to make up for it in another, and that just, I don't know, hearing Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson and Robert Pattinson, and there are rumors that they're trying to still get Zoe Kravitz back, like, and then Colin Farrell, and it's just a lot of people.
That's when we end up getting like the costumes that cosplayers do it better.
Yeah.
And that's
the porn did it better.
no. Oh my gosh, I'm leaving. No, I'm kidding.
Bye.
Bye. End of the
Well,
show.
guys, I'm gonna have to fill in for the both of us. It's gonna be me on one hand and then Wicked on the other.
No, but it's true. So I hope that doesn't happen because people are pretty hungry for a well done superhero movie. At least fans of these franchises, right? Because people say like they're so tired of it, and it's not. I don't think it's about superhero fatigue. It's about the stories not being done well because Marvel Phase 1, nobody complained. People could not wait for the next ones to come out. And it wasn't about fatigue because it was done properly. That's why people are so, scared of Doomsday because it's like, is it going to be, they're focusing on the father aspect, which is intriguing. And it's like, you want to be cautiously optimistic. But somebody actually said this in the Saucy chat the other day. And I'm like, darn it, you might be right. Where they might turn into sins of the father type thing. And I don't want that. So, like the trailers that are coming out, it's like you want to be. I'm not even cautiously optimistic about it. I'm just going to see what happens. Normally, I like to say I'm cautiously optimistic, but after that comment, I'm like, darn it, they just might pull something like that, and that's going to be very upsetting. Everyone might die, and it's just going to be crap. I don't know. We'll see. But with the Batman, I'm right there with you. This might be too much star power that it actually makes the movie not look well. Like the CGI might be crap, the costumes might be crap, the story, I don't think they know what they're doing with the story still. And it's supposed to, it says in theaters October 1st, 2027. We might not.
I don't even know about that.
I know, maybe 2028 or 2029. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have the script done. Like they haven't even finished casting yet. These people are still in talks. Never mind, like because if they're only casting now, that means that sure they have a general idea idea as to the time frame, but they still have to wait for people that they want to bring on to finish projects that they're committed to right now.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, hey, filming starts in 3 days because we finish casting in 2. Like, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope this is good.
It's tough.
Did you see something? I forgot to. I don't know if I bookmarked it. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, by the way, I don't know what we had sent to each other before stream, but above the tangled, like it says 3 of the messages. This post was deleted or does not exist, so I don't know what those were.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah,
I'll put.
know.
I'll
So
put
if I'm
some of
missing
it
anything
in.
or forgetting anything, well,
I'll let you know. I'll put it in the private chat.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I don't think I bookmarked it. But did you see something about? Oh, here it is. Oh, this isn't it. That James Gunn might be out.
I did
after the
not see
merger?
anything.
I can't find it now.
Like
Maybe that's one of
that.
the ones that got freaking deleted.
Maybe
Because there is one here saying like James Gunn says Netflix buying Warner Brothers is really exciting. I hope it goes well. And I think it's exciting. You know, every direction has really exciting. Okay, he just keeps saying exciting things for DC. Yeah, so I'm
That's
excited.
exciting. I'm excited.
Wow.
Whoa,
Listen,
that's
let me
very
count.
cool. I hope you're
1,
all excited.
2, 3, 4 exciteds in one sentence.
Is it fake? That's gotta be fake.
It doesn't sound like it was a Hollywood Handle like quoting him from Variety.
God.
Here, I'll send it to you here.
That is wild.
Maybe he is getting fired.
Maybe. This is great. It's awesome.
Excited.
Don't you think the work I've been doing is great?
I couldn't be more excited for Netflix. Like it's just so exciting, you know? Like excited. He said it so I look at it, I say you
sus. God damn.
It sounds like he might not be that excited. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Wow. It's really exciting. I hope it goes well. And I think it's exciting. You know, every direction has really exciting things. I'm excited. It's crazy.
I wasn't kidding, Chad. It's what he said.
No, that is 100% real. And it's via Variety. So,
guys, I'm so excited.
Wow. Isn't this exciting, guys? Anyway, yeah. I'll have to keep my eye on what's going on with James Gunn. Not that I would be sad if he left tomorrow.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Raider, thank you for the 10 gifted. You're going to upset some people that are hanging out for those 10 gifted. Also, Addis, thank you for the 10. No message, but a Chad nonetheless. And Gautier, thank you for the 5. Hello, ladies. I hope you're having a great week. I guess Sebastian Stan, Scarlett Johansson, or somebody that Disney used to know. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I suppose, even though I hate that song. I hate it with a passion. But it's because I've heard it like 8 million times. So maybe if I hadn't heard it so much, I would appreciate the song a little bit more.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
But thank you so much. Much appreciated. So since I think this is going to take us quite a few minutes and we've been Furbying it up tonight, it's time to talk about I Don't Like Girls show. Wow. The internet has been going wild over the past couple of days since Stranger Things ended. It has been a pretty crazy time, seeing as there was a certain group of people who genuinely believed Netflix was supposed to be turning us into Joyce in season 1, and wow, we're seeing all these patterns, and ooh, there's no such thing as coincidences, and magically they were gonna shadow drop a brand new real final episode, even though they had put the last final episode into theaters and marketed it as the final episode. And that hasn't gone over particularly well for Netflix and the Duffer Brothers, as now people are calling for boycotts. People are saying that they'll never trust them again. So, Wicked, what did you think of Stranger Things in general, in totality, now that it's over?
So, the beginning seasons were definitely better. I started this 9 years ago. I feel like people that started this 9 years ago may have had a little bit more of a soft spot for it. the ending versus some people that, because there was quite a few people that never watched it and then were like, oh, I want to be a part of this big finale, so they binged it. I
Yeah.
definitely think it feels different for those of us that started it 9 years ago. With that being said, the earlier seasons were great. There was some good character development for some of the characters. I think the male characters had way better writing. They put the females front and center a lot, but the writing was not good. Nancy, great in season 1, but what we got, Nambo, didn't need that. She it was too much. Steve is still my baby boy. I still love Steve. They ended his character just fine. So for the finale, to just kind of sum up how I felt about it, it was safe and underwhelming. There were parts of it that I did like, but I think it could have been worse. I'm not going to stick up for it because by all means, I did not love it at all. But there were things that I will admit that I liked, and I'll point out a couple that, the flashbacks, when you see them talking about them as kids. I was like, oh my gosh, they were so adorable. I can't believe this was 9 years ago. It got me in my girl feels. I'll admit that. I liked Dustin's character growth. Again, I thought the men had, but minus Jonathan, because what was he even doing after season 3? They totally tossed him out.
Technically, he did have character growth that was significant because he went from being a creep that took pictures of girls undressing in their bedrooms to, I guess, basically just a sad puppy that followed this strong woman around. So
I guess that you could call
I
that.
guess it's better to be a sad puppy than a fucking creep. I don't know.
On that topic, I think Steve was always right. Because, right, in the first season, he's this bully, mean guy, right, for 5 minutes, because they totally flipped that around, which was good. I like Steve's actual character growth. But was he wrong for breaking Jonathan's camera? Because of what he was using it for. If you really think about that.
No, he was never wrong about that. But didn't he also replace it?
I think eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should have rewatched at least season 1.
I think
loved
Steve got him a new camera.
He did. I think he did.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Either way, he wasn't wrong about it. It was weird.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, Steve had probably the best character growth, I would say. It was really fun. It wasn't like he was bad for seasons and then but I just really liked his character. Him, Hopper, and Dustin were my favorite characters. Hopper's storyline, they probably should have had him die. He was someone that should have died. Max should have died. Nancy's parents should have died. Nancy should have died. And I mean, at least Callie, she died, right? But that was one that people don't really care about because they didn't care about her.
Yeah. I was really hoping Hopper was gonna beat her ass up.
I know. I think I sent it to you on Instagram, and it's just
Hopper,
every time the little Indian boy came in, he's oh my gosh, that was funny. But yeah, as a whole, season 5 was very underwhelming and safe. I'm not gonna. A lot of people are comparing it to Game of Thrones, and I don't think it was that level of bad. It definitely was better. They could have made this. See, I think the whole I don't like girls thing, the gay monologue from Will, even if they would have given us this incredible finale, it unfortunately would have been overshadowed by that moment, I think. I mean, people obviously would have been happy to have a great finale, but my biggest problem with the finale was the end fight with Vecna should have been longer. They had all these scenes that were dragged. I don't know what they were thinking with the writing. They had these scenes that were dragged out that should have been shorter. And then they had these scenes that were actually interesting that they just let's power through it. That Vecna fight should have been at 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something. And they should have had, I seen this, I think I sent this to you also on Instagram. Someone did a fan made fight scene where they're going for the mind flare and horde of demogorgons come at them. And I'm like, how are fans doing better than this? Because where were the demo bats that took out Eddie? Where were the demogorgons? And the problem with the Duffers is they're trying to explain it away. There was fan theories about where they were that worked better than what the Duffers said. Fans were saying oh, the mind flayer had to absorb all of them to have full strength, which I would have accepted that if they would have made that a fact. And the Duffers were like, well, no, Vecna didn't think that they were going to attack him on his home turf. So they
got bamboozled. They snuck up on him.
I'm like, listen, guys, just be quiet now. Don't answer any of these just shush. Let people come up with their own thoughts because you're making it worse. And Vecna, like the fight was just, it was kind of underwhelming. I will admit certain scenes were kind of cool, like when Elle goes in and like rips open. I was like, okay, that looked cool. But it was just like all those things were so fast. I wanted more of that. It was too fast. We needed more for that final fight because everybody collectively at that, it was like 45 minutes in that the fight was done. And I'm like, wow, that 2 hours went by fast. And like, I pause it. I'm like, there's still
It's
an
an
hour
hour.
left. What? But yeah, safe and underwhelming, but it could have been worse, should have been better. That's like my final verdict on the finale.
Yeah, see, for me, there are so many plot holes and like plot points that were so either ignored or skipped over or rushed over that really brought my score down a lot. Now, as I've said, I love Game of Thrones way more than I ever really cared about Stranger Things. I thought that Stranger Things season 1 was really freaking fantastic, but the show definitely did not keep that atmosphere for most of the rest of the series. I care more about Game of Thrones because it has established source material. It is obviously a more adult centered piece of product, and so I cared just more about it, period. But wow, I think that season 5, there was so much that they almost promised or that it seemed that they wanted to do that they didn't. Like the answers the Duffer brothers have given have been monumentally abysmal. Like with the military, where did the military go? Well, we guess that they just kind of left because there was nothing left for them to do. Like, what kind of answer is that? You guess, buddy, it's your show. What do you mean you guess? Like, you didn't think about this before that people would ask you. Then you have things like the off-screen sort of moments that they talk about, like Hopper and Joyce finding out that it's Henry Creel. They're like, well, they did that off screen. Why? That seems like a pretty short scene that could have added a lot of depth, especially if you're going to have Joyce be the one who sort of does the killing blow, we'll say, or like that final blow. Like that to me seemed important. And with like the military, Linda Hamilton's character had no ending. Now, I get that they just sort of picked her to play Dr. K because, you know, she was an icon and she probably, let's be honest, didn't charge a lot of money to do it. I am sure a pretty penny, but still not as much as some other people. And like, it was cool seeing her, I suppose, but the fact that like there's no resolution there was really weird, especially for somebody who it felt they were building up to be a much larger character. And I didn't like that. And I didn't expect to go into this with like 20 characters dying. I didn't expect every main character to die or be crippled, but they couldn't even keep one of their main characters blind. Okay. When I realized that, I was like, oh yeah, there was no way they were ever going to kill off anybody significant. If they wanted to, they could have killed off basically I think most of the parents, like between the Wheelers and even maybe Hopper. I don't think that they should have killed off Joyce. I just love Joyce too much because I love Winona Ryder too much. But even that would have been, I suppose, a very like emotionally impactful sort of death. But another just glaring issue is I had no connection to any of these kids at all whatsoever. The ones that Vecna took. Derek was funny, I suppose, and Holly was okay, but Holly just she sort of came out of nowhere. Sure, she appeared for like 2 minutes in every other season, but that's not the same as suddenly going from 2 minutes of screen time to 50 minutes of screen time. It just wasn't a good choice, in my opinion. And then I know that they sort of wanted to leave a lot for like this prequel show that they want to do, and they also want people to go and see that play that they have done, the First Shadow, but there needed to be more explanation, like with the Mind Flayer particles and the scientist that's in the cave, because he was taking that briefcase and he was defecting to the Soviets, but he didn't do that because obviously. We saw what happened in the cave, but that had been happening for a significant amount of time. And so you would think that that would have been a very quick hit to have in the show to highlight, oh, how there was a Demogorgon in Russia when Hopper is there. And it just felt like there wasn't a lot of like there was still too many like almost loose ends where that the play that they did, which sounds way cooler, to be honest. Like I honestly wish that they just had stopped the show after season 4 and turned this play into a mini series, because the play is way cooler with like the Philadelphia experience. What?
You've seen the play?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
But like I've read it, I've seen a lot of like the videos online of it, and it seems like way freaking cooler with like the Philadelphia experiment and the USS Eldridge, and how basically Vecna pulls the ship into the a spoiler alert, I guess, pulls it into like Dimension X and then kills everybody except for Henry Creel's father and then sends it back. Like that sounds way cooler. And I think that having details like that in this show would have made it feel so much more, no pun intended, strange. And it would have made it feel way more sci-fi. And or the Mind Flayer, excuse me, I think I said Vecna, the Mind Flayer. And the Mind Flayer sort of, I mean, I know that if you had watched the rest of the show and you didn't like binge it and you weren't somebody on social media that was like, aha, yes, I do love Stranger Things, you would know that it was really the Mind Flayer all behind it. But I thought that they needed more Mind Flayer.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the big bad, you would just think logically that we would get more, especially in the finale. I think what they could have done instead of doing season 5, because there were parts, I know 3 was probably kind of like the weaker season to some people, but I like the Billy stuff. I didn't mind Robin in season 3 as like the sidekick. She got very annoying in this season. Right? It was 3 or was it 4 that Robin was introduced?
That was 3.
It was 3. Okay, 3 was Billy and everything. Yeah,
it
and then
was
4 was
the mall.
Okay, yeah, the mall.
One, yeah.
So I think they could have like, I really liked Billy. Not just because he was handsome neither, but I mean like the character was interesting.
He was just a badass.
Yeah, like so if they could have mixed season 3 and 4 together, got rid of like the whole like stupid stoner road trip in 4, right? Just pluck that out and get rid of it. That was bad. And then like some of the weaker episodes in season 3, right? And then just mush those together and just giving us like this action-packed, very interesting storyline for a final season. And that would have been great. So I read something about one of the Duffer brothers' wife was originally a writer on it, and then she divorced his ass, and then she left, and that's where we get. And I believe it, whether it was that or not. A writer definitely left. We see that in shows all the time, where you just see like it's like the people writing for it, they don't understand the characters anymore. A big one was that 70s show. I loved that show. That's one of my favorite sitcoms. And the last season was atrocious, and it had all different writers, and you can absolutely tell because it's like, what are they doing with these characters? It was awful. Not to mention that Topher Grace, who was the star of it, was gone, and then like Ashton Kutcher wasn't really there either. So like big people that were really good in the show were gone. So when they do that, it's like, okay, you know what? It's time to just stop. Don't jump. How about we don't jump the shark anymore, and we just end on a good note? If your writers leave, it's time to end the show. And if your big stars leave, time to end the show. So yeah, you can tell. I don't know what season it was. I think maybe she was there until 2 or 3. I didn't hate 4. I know a lot of people were like, I hated the season. I liked the end of it, the second half. The first half of season 4 was pretty lame. But the way they ended it and like the Vecna reveal and everything, that was cool.
Yeah.
And it actually made me for 5. And then this is what we got.
The major problem with season 5, I think, was from the get-go of that 18-month time skip. That was a horrendous decision. It should have been, hell has come to Hawkins. Everything is going to shit. and having to like almost reset the clock just felt so bad for the entire pacing of the show.
Yeah. It's
Also, I
unfortunate.
I like Vecna. I
Mhm.
do, but the way that they wrote him in season 5 for me was
He was less
so
scary.
questionable. Okay, this for me is such a this is such a big problem for me. All right, he takes Will and he says, "You're gonna be my spy one last time." You know what information he found out for Vecna? Oh, it
Max.
yeah, Max in the one hospital in Hawkins. There's only one.
I
What
know,
do
'cause
you
you
mean?
had like the best theory where you're like, why are they keeping Will around when they're talking about their plans? Still turns out it doesn't matter because
No,
it didn't
it
help at
doesn't
all. You're
matter.
so right though, because it's like, she's in a coma. Where could she
Right, where the
be?
fuck would she be? Like, come on, bro. You couldn't have. Okay, you couldn't have even. I don't know. Done a little like maybe like I don't know. Sent one fucking Demobat there or something. You know, it's just really come on now. You can do
They
better than that.
He was so scary in season 4. I was like, "Ooh, who is this? Like, this is the big bad."
Yeah.
That's when we thought he was going to be like the big bad, right? Like, we
Right.
knew about the mind flayer, but we're like, "Is this the actual big bad?" Like, they made him menacing, and it was great, and that's what kept me into it because like it was a struggle to get through season 4, and they made that reveal, and I was like, "Okay, I like this. This is cool. It's creepy. It's pulling me back in. Like we're doing something here." And then what about the scene with Holly when she's going in to the cave running from him when all the kids are running and he pulls her like thousands of feet from the air when she falls through and then he just uses the force whatever
Yeah.
but then like he uses his like vines and he can't like Derek little chunky boy is stronger than Vecna and pulls her in like
Yeah. That was silly as well. There was just a lot of
it was like they were just
okay.
trying to get through it and it's like
Yeah.
why you had like such a good show and you had like the means to make something fantastic and you're rushing it for what.
Right. Exactly. I think that it's so questionable how fast how fast like I don't know because I don't want to say the first seasons moved extremely fast, but how you go from a very like tight plot and pacing and them leaving you on cliffhanger slightly long enough to get you intrigued for another episode to going to this where the first 3 episodes were basically just filler.
Yeah, there should be no filler in your final season.
Yeah,
You've had so
there should not be.
you can tell, like little changes are totally fine, right? But you can tell when a series is going on for years when they know how it's going to end because the ending is epic. Like when they
Yeah.
have their story in their head, and even if they change some stuff in the middle, but like when they know how they're going to end it, you can tell. They did not know because it's something I learned that I didn't know. One little thing was that Steve was supposed to die in season 1, but people liked him so
Yes.
much that he stayed, which I'm not complaining about that. Please don't touch it. Don't touch a hair on that pretty head, all right? Leave Steve alone. He was great. He was such a good character. He was the one that people liked the most because he wanted to have 6 kids, right? And that I'm so glad he didn't end up with Nancy. That's a whole nother thing we can get into in a minute. But
Yeah.
they did not know because there were so many changes that like happened throughout it, and they added way too many characters because I think just keeping the core kids and then like Steve and Jonathan and Nancy as like the 3 like sidekick main characters in a way like that was totally fine, but then you add Robin, you add what was that guy's name, Argyle, you add Holly and these 11 kids that I could care less about. It gets to be too much and people don't like that. They want to focus on their main characters, the ones that you started it with, which to point that out, the way they actually ended it, I really thought the D&D scene was actually heartwarming genuinely when they showed them playing one last campaign and then
Yeah.
like the other kids coming down afterwards like kind of taking the mantle. I thought that was a nice touch and it's like they should have kept that formula throughout the whole thing. Like, because
They should have.
at the core, that's what Stranger Things was to me. Like the first season, it was like cool. Like the sci-fi stuff is cool, but like the imagination of the kids and the 80s aesthetic and everything, that's what really pulled me in.
Yep. I agree. Definitely.
Ruddy,
Ruddy, thank you. Thank you for the €2. Jonathan Byers was a creepy commie. You're not wrong. Also, Frost, thank you for the 10. What bothered me most was the secret of Vecna in the mines, and they leave it with more questions than answers with the Black Rock, which they did to set up a potential spin-off show. That was bullshit. Yeah, the ending also kind of felt the same to me, like sitting the kids down at the table. It's almost like they were hoping that they were going to be able to do a spin-off, or they wanted to at least leave that door open.
Yeah, I don't.
And with The Rock, that also they've said is going to be their big spin-off is the origins of it. How about you just put that in your base show? Because if your base show ends in a way that people don't like, you're not going to get another series.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I wasn't. Derek was the only one that I liked out of those kids, and Holly's supposed to be like the ringleader now, right? Because she's Mike's sister, like because he was arguably, I guess, like the ringleader, right, to the original group. I'm not feeling that. Like they don't have the same energy that those kids had in the first season, you know. So if they try to do that, I'm not interested. And what do you think? Like we kind of skimmed over this about the whole like Eleven's death. I do think that she's probably dead. Disparu had a good point that he thinks that neither happened, like that like her dying or her like going off to Greenland or whatever the heck it was, because there was unanswered things with all of it, right? Like how did she get there when they had those machines that she could hardly
I think she's 100% dead.
You think that like scene actually happened?
I think she's 100% dead. So like an hour before you even get to that point, Collie's bleeding out in the lab.
Oh yeah, I don't think that she's to Greenland. I don't believe that theory.
Then the lab is blown up and it's also being ripped apart in the store. There's no shot 11's alive.
Yeah, no, but I'm just like wondering, like, I guess it's just, we'll just chalk it up to bad writing, and it was like that explosion, because it's just like, how are they pointing, like, one of those machines made it to where she couldn't even stand, and they have 4 of them, so it's like, I mean, the only logical explanation, I guess, trying to put logic where there is none, but
it could be either, I suppose. I think they just did that ending because they wanted to not be attacked over the ending and a fan favorite, one of the most important characters of the show being, you know, killed off. But then comes in Conformity Gate, which
oh my gosh,
is questionable as hell. Also, Frostfang, thank you for the 2. Where did Dr. Owens go? I guess he really did die in that stairwell. So, yeah. But you know, obviously with 11, I think that they did that set of scenes for dramatic effect, but I think that it also was that they didn't want to face the wrath of their fan base who wanted a character's story to end in this way. But well, that clearly didn't work either, because well, these people behind this show, the Duffer Brothers, Netflix, the actors, they must feel pretty bad because your show is so disliked that people have convinced themselves that wasn't really the end.
That's a new one too, though. Like I can't wait to see what series takes that and runs with it.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to like, that's a good idea. We're gonna use
fake
that
ending,
fake ending, but like that is a whole nother level of like fans trying to cope.
Yes,
and that's just like how bad it was.
Yeah, so for anybody who I guess doesn't know what Conformity Gate is, it's been trending on social media for the past couple of days, and basically it stems primarily from Lucas's line of there are no such thing as any coincidences, and the fact that there were some songs that were supposed to be in the show that weren't, that they didn't end up putting in. But in the graduation scene, they're wearing orange, and people said they were supposed to resemble prisoners, which the Hawkins colors are green and orange, so that didn't really make a lot of sense. But they all have their hands in the same pose as Vecna did, or Henry did. So there were people that started coming up with this theory that it was a fake ending, and that basically they were going to shadow drop another episode tonight, and that was going to be the true ending, which I never really bought that, because why would they put the fake ending in theaters, first of all? And second of all, why would they have the Duffers going into as many interviews as they were if they were just going to make them go through the interview process again after today? But because 8 p.m. Eastern came around, no episode dropped, we do now know that Conformity Gate was fake, and man, oh man, are people already seething over this. Stranger Things fans at 12:01 a.m. on January 8th, when they finally realized that episode 8 was indeed the actual finale. Conformity Gate isn't real, and the finale really was just that bad. Yeah, that's right.
That would have been so cool, though, if they would have done that, man. I would have been like, all right.
You think over the past couple of days, the Duffers were like, what do we have for footage? What do we have for footage? I saw some people saying they must be panicking. There's no shot that was ever their plan, though.
They're probably like, dang, that was a good idea. But
they were never smart enough to do that.
No, they're leaving Netflix, so that could also be why they just didn't care. Because so the prequel and stuff, is that all going to be Netflix? I think Netflix owns Stranger Things now, right? Like the rights to it.
So it's complicated because they have existing contracts, but the Duffer Brothers do own the Duffer Brothers own its production company, and they have a deal still with Netflix, so Netflix can make it. So like Netflix is the only ones that can make Stranger Things, but it is still the Duffers.
Yeah, because I read something that they're not going to be like. They're probably just gonna be like,
because Netflix is Netflix owns the distribution rights, or at least for now. I mean, it's not like we technically know all of their contracts, but
they're going to Paramount now.
Yeah, they're going to Paramount.
But not Stranger Things. You know what? Maybe this is a good thing. Like maybe the prequels and stuff might be a little bit better because the Duffers aren't gonna be the creators on it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll still like executive produce it though.
Yeah,
and help in some way, even if it's just like pop it in to say, hey, how are things going? But who really knows? Because we also don't know the specifics of the Paramount deal.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But Athletically Lazy also says 2 hours to go for the Conformity Gators.
They're a community now.
There's still a little bit of time, guys. It can happen. It can happen. Surely. The entire Stranger Things fandom currently in a collective psychosis, coming up with a theory called Conformity Gate as a coping mechanism because the Duffers' writing was genuinely that bad. So there are people really freaking out over this, saying, holy shit, how is this truly doing this bad? How did they get to this point? And I had the reviews on the screen for a few. The scores are now that like the conformity floodgates, pun intended, have opened, the scores are going down way more now. So they've been all day going down by percent because it had gotten back up to like 57%, but now it's down to 54% in really a couple of hours. So who knows what it's going to end up at. I don't think that it's going to be rated as lowly as something like Game of Thrones, but I don't think that it's going to be, I don't think it's going to go up anymore.
No, it's not. Listen, they went safe route. Underwhelming, could have been worse, but should have been better. That's my final line, as just a sentence wrap up of this series, because 2, I don't really remember 2, but it couldn't have been that bad, because if 2 was really bad, then I probably wouldn't have watched 3. And then 3, I think people didn't like it, but like especially looking like at what we've gotten now, not bad. Billy was a great character. He was a very good, and then season 4 we got Eddie and Vecna. So it's like the hope was still, it's like they would mess up, but then they would give us that little sliver of hope that we're gonna get this like epic final season, and we didn't. And that's You know, like I didn't absolutely hate it, but I did not love it, and I should have loved it because I've been watching the show for 9 years. I've watched these kids grow up. Give me what I want.
Yeah, it's tough when you've dedicated so much time into something and then it ends up being so like bad. I think that
Underwhelming.
I
Yeah.
think that it could have ended significantly worse, but I also don't I also don't think that it was quite what we expected. And yeah, Will being gay was I think we all knew that like Will was definitely a bit of a special guy. But I think that that gay scene also did not help because that was what started tanking this season's scores
Mhm.
really low. And the timing of that was also terrible because again, you have three episodes that started off this season that it was basically just free airtime and they could have put anything into those. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Will being gay killed the show. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, so they could have done it right. They could have made it like, okay,
Robin's coming out
he
scene was fine.
yeah, they could have made it like, okay, so Will has to be honest so that Vecna has nothing to hold over him,
Right.
right? So he has no power over him. And they could have made it very like I've said that the only person, like if we're looking back in like the 80s time, that he should have been like nervous to come out to maybe his friends, but more so like his older brother. Because if you think of like the dynamic of a younger brother, older brother, like maybe I'm nervous to tell him because he might not accept it. You know,
Yeah.
so something like that, and then Jonathan like goes up and like punches him in the arm, calls him some slur like as a joke, and then they just move forward. That would have been totally not that they would have done that, but that's would have been like probably the reality of what would have happened back in the 80s if a brother was accepting of his younger brother being gay, right? They
Yeah.
could have just had it, and they could have been like, okay, they didn't have to make it so dramatic, and so like we like to eat. What was it? What was the food that they ate? Milk duds or whatever, and we like to ride our
Yeah.
bikes and get lost in the will. Okay, shut up, Will. Just tell them what's going on. Like, I'm just like you, except I'm not. And like some of the memes were hilarious. Like it's like Mike the whole time when he said he had to crush someone and it's like looking around like so awkward. But just like everyone crying too, it was too much. I could see maybe the like mom crying because hey, like moms are dramatic, right?
Yeah, the whole entire "You're never gonna lose me, me either,
And
was
then
so
Max,
bad.
you're gonna have to hug me. Like,
Yeah.
shut up, everybody. Please, everybody, just shut up. He should just been like, listen, guys, and then just like said it. Totally fine.
Right.
And they would have been like, okay. And then like Callie in the background, like she doesn't know any of these people. Like it was such a mess.
It
And the
was.
fact that it took them 12 hours to record that lame scene, like you are kidding me. You're kidding me.
Yeah, that is horrendous. But now we're getting to the point where people are saying, yes, we need to boycott Netflix. No conformity gate theory episode. So it means episode 8 was the final episode. Hashtag boycott Netflix. It's time to boycott Netflix. Man, I feel bad for the people who genuinely bought into this social media bullshit.
How many people liked
almost
and
do.
shared this? I want to know the
So these
ratio.
ones don't have a lot.
Oh,
These
okay.
ones are just small. But
Just to point it
because
out, yeah.
conformity gate is trending, like there's so many people that are saying this now.
Oh boy. You know what? I'm so sorry for those people. Like, do you think there's people that are actually like crying about it, like tears?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I bet there's
You
people
can't
who
end
were
like that.
genuinely convinced that
wasn't.
it was gonna happen, that the
Man, if
internet
I
would
was one of
never
the-
lie to them.
If I was one of the actors, I would have trolled the crap out of people. I would have been like, I would have posted a picture with like 7 hearts, like 7 orange hearts, or like weird stuff like that. But like, I'm adding into this, man. Like, I'm freaking these people out right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess if they come out with this, like prequel show, we'll see if it actually is boycotted. Probably not, because these people love Stranger Things. But I do understand that there are people that are upset, that are that are disappointed, but there's so many other pieces of content that Netflix has come out with that have been so bad over the years, like like Cleopatra, for example. Turning Cleopatra black was an extremely controversial move, but they weren't talking about boycotting Netflix then. Like, why didn't they boycott for something like Cuties being added to their library? Why didn't they boycott for, I don't know, password sharing, right? Like, there's so many things that you could boycott Netflix for that I think would be a little bit more like legitimate or serious. I mean, ultimately, right, these people are like hyper focused on the show and love it and think it's a 10 out of 10. So I get that they're like emotionally impacted by this, but like there's just so many other better things you could technically boycott for if you really wanted to. Like Stranger Things is the straw that broke the camel's back for them. That just seems really weird to me.
It seems like they need hobbies.
Yeah.
Probably be a good idea. I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe I need hobbies. I'm paying attention to all these idiots online. Maybe I need to listen to my own advice. Because I thought it was funny, right? I genuinely liked, it was cool watching people like deep dive. Like, I'm like, that is very interesting. If the Duffers were smart enough, then I would be all in with this. Like, I thought that was funny.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
Very rough. But like it was cool watching some of the videos, right? Like, and congrats to the content creators that made a bunch of money and got like a ton of views deep diving into this, because some of the stuff I wouldn't say it's convincing, because like I said, the Duffer Brothers are not smart enough to do this, but it would have been so cool if this all did, because some of it did look cool. Like, people were talking about like the way the lighting looked, like it was almost dream sequence lighting, which some of it was.
Right.
All of them with their hands like Henry. The fact that Steve ended up being a baseball coach instead of a basketball coach is like, who saw him with a baseball bat in Vecna when he had, his barbed wire bat, because he really was a basketball player. So it would have made more sense for him to end up being a basketball coach. Like little things like that. It's like, I hate to tell you this, it was just bad writing.
It was
just
that
bad
sucks
writing.
though.
It
You've
does.
gotten to that point where it's just so bad that people are coming up with these crazy theories. But
Yes.
it is unfortunate that it ended in this way. I still think that the overall series had a lot of very good moments, and there were, some seasons that I thought were solid, but yeah, I don't think that it stuck the landing. And well, if you're boycotting Netflix over the end of Stranger Things not going the way you wanted, I'm sorry. Watch other shows, because there's better out there. Dark is still better. Dark is amazing.
Pick up a
up a book.
Go, I don't know, learn how to bake some bread. I don't know. Again,
Yeah.
hobbies, they're good for you.
Yeah, I agree. But chat really quickly, if you're enjoying the stream, give it a like. Check out the links in the description. Thank you so much for being here. So we'll cover one more quick hit before we get into The Housemaid, our review, also talking about how it's doing at the box office. But Wicked, don't you just love picking up a video game and getting stuck and saying, you know what? I really wish that there was an AI to play this title for me. Don't you just do that all the time?
Oh, absolutely. When I was like 4 and my brother was the AI, I'd be like, can't beat this boss.
Well, apparently Sony now wants to have the game play the game for you, because they have patented an AI gaming ghost that will play PlayStation games for you when you get stuck. So the aforementioned patent, which was recently noticed by All About AI and VGC, describes an overlay version of a player's character. When in use, this overlay character would be able to demonstrate actions such as how to solve a puzzle, or by providing example controller input button sequences, which would in turn allow a player to then progress with the game. And in some cases, an AI ghost could also have a conversation with the player's character and give some guidance or instruction, and other times it could complete a section for the player.
Bumpers for gamers, great, just what I always wanted.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Like, there's different modes of games for a reason. play it on super easy mode if you can't play. But this is a hobby, right? This is like a hobby for people. Like I know we do it like, online, like extra, but it's still something that we enjoy doing, which is why we decided to start doing it online. I don't want someone to play games for me. Like I don't want something to if I can't beat it, I'm gonna keep going until I do it. Like even if it takes me a bunch of times, I'm playing this game because I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, I'm not gonna play it. But it's like in chat. Like there's a lot of times that I'm not looking at chat and I'll tell people like, hey, no backseat gaming right now because I want to do this myself. Because you've seen it too, like if you're in like a puzzle mode and like you mess up once, then someone in the chat's like, you gotta do this. It's like, give me more than 30 seconds, please. I want to do this myself. So that's why I just like I'm not paying attention until I get it done, and I'll say like, hey, let me play this first. And there's certain games like Resident Evil 1, I'm playing that like on my own time because people get very like you need to do it this way. And like, I get it. You love the game. I'm not like mad that people do it. It's the internet, but I don't even like that. So I don't want this. I don't want AI playing it for me. I'm not.
You don't want journal mode.
Yeah, journal mode. That's
the journals are gonna love this. They're gonna eat this up. Oh shit! I don't even have to play a game at all for my job anymore. Damn, this is a win for us, fucking losers. Now listen, I get that there's always going to be parts of games that people do get stuck in, and sometimes it can frustrate people. But at the same time, the whole point of playing a game is to play the game.
Yes.
Like I don't feel like I don't feel like hatred or anger, or I'm not gonna mock somebody for just like watching a YouTube playthrough or watching someone like me stream a game. Sometimes you get enjoyment out of just watching somebody experience something. That's perfectly fine. But what's even the point to buy a game if you're just gonna have the AI hold your hand and do things for you?
Yeah, exactly. That's very very odd. Like you said, I like watching people play games sometimes too. Like it's usually like if it's a game that I love, I like watching other people play it. Like I want to see what your thoughts were on it, or if it's like a online game, you're not really getting spoilers. If it's like a PvP or something, you're just enjoying watching the gameplay. But yeah, I'm not gonna buy a game and then just like sit there and watch AI play it because, like you just said, how about you just like watch a YouTuber play it then? Like
right, exactly.
I don't get this at all. It's very very dumb.
Yeah, and Cabal, thank you for the 5. To be the annoying contrarian, does anyone think that this originally could be for people with disabilities? I mean, I guess in theory, right, it could be, but the problem is that in the paperwork and the patents and stuff, they never that's not a point. Sony has not said that it is specifically for people with disabilities, and they have like entire divisions of teams that sort of that work on things that make it for people who have disabilities and accessibility reasons. But I think that if this was being done for the sake of gamers with disabilities, they would have marketed that like super heavily, and this would be like on every article and every news outlet that would have reached out to Sony. They literally would have said like, oh my god, yeah, we are so for the people, we want everybody to be able to enjoy our game. So they didn't do that. But
no, I think this is no thanks. Not for me.
Thank you for the 5 though. Much appreciated. I do get the mentality behind it, but
I do.
Yeah, like it's Sony we're talking about. At any opportunity possible, they virtue signal. They talk about how great they are and how wonderful they are and how they're holier than thou. So them not doing that also is a little strange, but you also have to consider then what would the argument be against, some of these other patents that they've put out recently. I've talked about these a couple of times, but they have like new bad actor detection patents, which literally can make it so it restricts your online features unless you improve your behavior. Like according to a published filing, the Sony bad actor patent outlines a system that tracks and scores players across online multiplayer games based on how frequently they exhibit negative behavior. If a player crosses a predetermined threshold by, for example, engaging in inappropriate chat or griefing, Sony's system could automatically limit their access to online features until they improve their behavior. And we found out just a I think it was like 2 weeks ago, that Sony is developing a patent pending AI system capable of real time censorship of video game content. It automatically detects and modifies mature or sensitive material, such as violence, gore, sexual content, and profanity. That's a lot of different things that they're pushing with AI right now.
Yeah, that's a little
I don't trust
scary.
Sony.
Yeah, no,
I don't at all
absolutely not.
whatsoever.
Nope, I don't either.
Yeah.
This is stupid. It's dumb, chat. I'm mad. Not really.
Yeah,
but it's really stupid. And I'm not
dumb.
going to use it. Don't worry. There will be no AI gaming from Vara or myself.
Well, another major problem with all of this is that, sure, okay, the argument can be made that it is optional, but the problem is that it's going to inevitably cause content to be dumbed down because a company doesn't constantly want this feature to be on, like censorship feature, and every other line, every other visual be censored, and then it basically be a giant blurry block of screen all the time. So you just know for a fact that there are going to be instances where developers tone things down and sanitize content so that, yeah, sure, there might be an occasional swear that is censored or an occasional visual that is censored, but then it wouldn't be very insane and it wouldn't be constant. So it's a slippery slope when it comes to creativity and like creative freedom.
Yeah, it's true. It's more censorship and we don't need more of it. It's so like we've fallen so far from like I wasn't a Call of Duty person, right? But I had a cousin who was super into it and he played on Xbox 360 back in the day. So I heard those lobbies. We all hung out a lot and like it's that compared to what we get now, just like the sensitivity and like the banning and stuff. Like I think I've told you the story. This is so mild, but I had a friend the story of the friend on Sea of Thieves they all had like my big fat butt, my big fat this and that. I think I told you the story. They had that as their names.
I don't think
from
so.
like high school. Okay, well, a bunch of my guy friends had like my big fat butt. I think one was like my big fat nuts was another one, and that's the one that got in trouble. Right? He was playing Sea of Thieves, and this happened like a few years ago. But he had that name from like early years high school, probably like 15, right? They all were dorks and they made my big fat whatever as like their name. And they kept it into their adult years because they thought it was funny. Well, he sunk someone's ship and the person was like, whoa, well, that's a name. That's like how the guy sounded. And then he wakes up the next day and had to pay to change his name. I think he made it like another my big fat something, but like something that he had for like 10 years. He had to pay on Xbox to change because somebody got salty that he sunk them. And this person isn't even like toxic, like wasn't sitting there yelling profanities or anything. So like the fact that just the name offended this person.
That's
and he had to
stupid.
Yeah, and Xbox changed it on him. Like how sensitive have we gotten? It's no.
Yeah, that's stupid. That sucks, but that's the way that all of these companies work. And like we were talking about with Cecil's channel, this AI is out of control now.
Yeah.
So unfortunately,
don't sink ships in a pirate game.
Yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
That is bullying.
Yeah, toxicity.
I can't wait to play Sea of Thieves with Vara.
Oh, I'm gonna be so toxic as fuck. All of our accounts are banned. It's over.
As the chat said, she's gonna go feral.
I am. But all right, guys, let us show off the Housemaid trailer. And then we are going to talk about not only our thoughts and our review, but also talking about the sequel that they've recently greenlit, which I think is interesting. We have a lot of thoughts on this movie, I think. So we'll give this a go real quick.
Would you like to see what you're getting yourself into?
Sure.
I'm dying to see it.
It's like fucked up.
It's a crazy story, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanna watch.
Guilty as charged.
So this movie had come out a couple of weeks ago, and of course, it's got Sydney Sweeney in it. It's got Amanda Seyfried in it. It's got actually a pretty big, like, star-studded cast.
Mhm.
And it is, in case anybody does not know, a movie about Sydney Sweeney's character Millie basically becoming a live-in maid for this very rich and sort of like influential family, and a lot of strange things start happening. The main, like, female that is plays opposite to her, played by Amanda, is named Nina. Nina is seemingly insane at the start of this movie, and I thought that the first half of this was actually very solid. It was pretty easy to guess, like, the two, in my opinion, different, like, outcomes that could have happened, which is that, a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it yet or wants to see it, it would either be that the wife is a absolutely insane, or B, that the husband was the factor behind the sort of insanity that is going on in this household. And it is actually B. Now, I have not read the book that this is based on. Apparently, there's 3 books in this series. They're kind of newer, actually. But also, I'm sure a lot of you can already guess a big slap problem that you can see right on your screen, a Paul Feig movie. Okay, he is the one who did, most notably, the Ghostbusters 2016 film, which
I didn't know
was
that.
a very
Didn't watch it.
feminist, bad, we'll just say woke movie all around. It was absolutely terrible. And Wicked, what did you think of this movie before I get into my sort of deep dive on what is
So
behind it?
so I didn't know the twist. I'm actually kind of interested in reading the books now, or like getting Audible so I can compare, because I was gonna do that and I'm glad that I didn't, because I didn't want the big spoiler spoiled for me, because if you know it and you watch it, it like kind of ruins the whole movie. Like, I know Disru said that he had it spoiled. So like, when you know how it's gonna end, and like what Vara said, is it either that she's crazy or that the husband is driving her crazy. If you know that going into it, it's not as good. Overall, I did enjoy the movie, but it was the ending that got me. That made me like, I still liked it, but the feminist message hits at the end, and it was it was
Yes.
not needed. If they would have completely removed that, I would have been like, this is a great chick flick thriller, which it still is, but the way you end movies and shows says a lot about it. And it makes me like, I don't really think I want a Housemaid 2 movie. Now, I'm gonna read the books. I'm gonna get the Audible, like, because I like having something on, like, while I'm cleaning, doing stuff that I gotta get done around the house. So, driving, whatever. So I'm gonna do that because I would like to see what's gonna happen. I'm okay with getting it spoiled now, because I'm not very happy with how the movie ended. And I wonder if that is how they ended the book.
Yes.
I'm
So I
curious about that.
felt very, like, conflicted halfway through, because I thought all of the acting was actually pretty solid in this. I
Mhm.
really thought Amanda's sort of spin on this character, or like going 1 minute from being absolutely psycho to the next minute being very, like, put together, was acted very well in a way
Mhm.
that made you question what was actually going on. And it's supposed to make you question where you're supposed to sort of point the finger and be weary of. But the feminist messaging is extremely intense in the second half of the film, because the husband, who is a millionaire and he comes from a very powerful and influential family, convinced his wife Nina to quit her job to be a stay-at-home mother slash housewife, convinces everyone around them that she is mentally ill, because of his wealth and his power, gets her put into a mental institution, and then he abuses her. But because he's already destroyed her credibility, nobody believes her. And then the overarching message that is very prominent in this is that women need to look out for each other, and many women are abused by their powerful husbands, given the ending being that Sydney Sweeney's character, Millie, is basically setting up a husband hit service. So they want to
That's what I
do
didn't like.
multiple of these movies that she's supposed to return, and she's supposed to be hired by these women who are being wronged. Now, I liked the first half of the movie. And even if the last 10 minutes was not so beating you over the head with this message, I still think that that first half was really solid. But yeah, the ending is really where a lot of this truly started falling apart for me, because this main male character, the husband, he is so and by the way, the victimhood mentality is off the charts with this movie. It's very, I am woman, hear me roar. Women are always wronged by men. And yeah, the ending is definitely the victimhood mentality of like, oh, women are always victims, especially when they marry into these families. But the ending is the husband is like sort of tricked into the situation where he is put in the sort of abusive scenario, which of course it's not abuse when a woman does it, but he ends up being killed. Now, before he is killed, he has one of his teeth pulled. He has cuts and bruises all over himself, but the cop, who is a female, clearly knows that there is abuse going on because her sister was supposed to marry this man, and she lets the wife off the hook because bad things happen to good people,
She
and
says.
women are wronged by men all the time. Now, actually, funny enough, that cop was a male in the book, but they changed it to be a woman. So it's another woman who is admitting that she was wronged and that her family was wronged by this man as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the. I want to listen to the book.
Yeah.
I want to get the
So
audible.
you have Sydney Sweeney's character, who had murdered somebody before. By the way, murdered a man who was raping another woman. And Nina had been wrongly institutionalized because a man convinces everybody around them that she's mentally ill. And then the wife gives Sydney Sweeney's character $100,000 check, but she had gone to jail in the past for murdering somebody, and then the house owner that she works for was just killed. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's
She's not getting off that easy.
yeah, the feminist messaging really is like off the charts with this one. And again, I thought a lot of the acting was really good, and I really liked the plot in that first half, but the last little bit really makes it blatantly obvious what the narrative is supposed to be in the ending, where she's setting up this like husband hit service, showing that there are like more victims and there are more women who are being wronged is just, I think, like the shit cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah, they had the recipe. That's why I'm interested in reading the book, because if they remove what I don't like about it in the book, because you could still make this could be a chick flick thriller, which, you know, some men aren't gonna like. They're gonna like this because you see Sydney Sweeney naked in
Yeah.
it. So like men are gonna go see it for that reason. But so yeah, the first half I like the concept of it, yes, but like for me, just removing that they end it where she's like going to be a housemaid somewhere else, and like, oh, you were highly recommended by Nina, and you see like a bruise on the woman, like you can tell she's abused, and she's like, you know, oh, yeah, like it's like, so now she's just gonna go around and start killing men. Like that ruins it. Like I like a good psychological thriller, and the beginning of this was, it's like, okay, like Vara said in the beginning, like, what's going on? Is this woman actually insane? Is she gonna like try to kill the housemaid? Like, what's going on? Or is it the husband? And it's totally fine to make it that this guy, because, you know, rich men that take advantage of everybody exist. It happens with women too.
They do, definitely.
exists,
Women
but,
are
like,
wronged in real life,
Yeah.
but
yeah, but
every woman in this is a victim.
Exactly. And so like again, like I didn't hate this. There was like they had one thing, like a thing that I liked about it that was positive, is that they made everyone hot. I'm surprised everyone was hot and white for that matter. But like,
yeah, it is
it's-
pretty insane that happens.
Some people really liked it. You know, I would give it like, I don't know what score I would actually give this, because if they would have removed that end scene. Like, okay, there was other things wrong with it besides the end scene, but if she would have just gotten the check and then like rode off into the sunset, I would have given this probably like a solid like 8 out of 10 because I didn't mind the story, which is why I want to get the book. And I'll let you guys know what I think about the book after I, listen to it because I'm gonna get on Audible. But there were people that really liked it. Like I know X-Ray really liked it. She said that women were hungry for a movie like this. And I get what she means by that because of like the hot actors, the acting was done well, and it was, a chick flick thriller. But the ending just, we could have gone without it.
Yeah,
Really
exactly. And it's basically Paul Feig, who is a raging male feminist, saying women need to look out for other women. And it's just, I agree with you. Like, it had moments that were good. And then the ending was, extremely rough. But apparently, a lot of people did like this, which is good. I'm glad when people enjoy something, though. I don't think that it quite deserved the large finish it apparently is going to be getting because The Housemaid has grossed over 133 million worldwide. It is eyeing a 220 to 250 million finish, and it cost 35 million to produce, which I think that this would have been a much, I suppose, better standalone. But whereas they're showing like this cycle of these women being wronged by every man in their life, that right there is,
that's too
problem.
much. Yeah, it definitely had a formula to be like this cool thriller. Like if they would remove that, I could have seen me and you be like, "This was great, guys. Go see it. This was a good chick flick, like chick flick thriller, I guess, right? Like because guys are gonna go like it for 2 reasons.
Two
But
very big reasons.
Yes. But hey, the main actor was good looking. The 2 women in it, the main were good looking. So that's a positive note for this. Cause I mean, I didn't watch the Ghostbusters, but weren't the women all like not attractive in it?
They were god awful, yeah.
Yeah. So hey, at least we got
they were all
attractive people to look
fat,
at in this.
ugly, stupid idiots. Ghostbusters 2016 was horrendous, but it's made by the same guy, so what do you expect? Them replacing all the male Ghostbusters with women for strong, independent women power.
I like seeing a win for Sydney too, because I know she's had some box office flops. I mean, actual movies, like because I know like Euphoria has done well, right? Like that's a very popular show, and that's what like catapulted her. I'm not excited for a second one because I don't like what. Like it's a one and done, the story, I think.
We already know what the twist is. Once you already know the twist of the first one, the others are, from what I understand, they're exactly like it.
Yeah. And unfortunate that we got the ending we did.
Yeah, it is really unfortunate. But we do know that Housemaid 2 is in the works and that Sydney Sweeney will reprise her role. We have not heard about any other sort of returning characters. I don't really know how any of the others would return because one of them's dead and the other's like a good family now, I suppose. But I mean, if she's in like this other household, right, you can't really carry those characters on unless it's like 5 minutes meeting for coffee.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be Sydney, and they're going to bring in new characters, and it's going to be like if they're doing multiple movies, which it seems like they might do that, it's going to be her just, killing husbands, I guess, like seducing them and then killing them.
Right.
Which is dumb. Like she was in jail for 10 years for murder, and now she's just going to break out, get paid, and just keep killing men. Okay. The first one you could say is like kind of justified, right? Like it's not like you don't see the heavy messaging when like her friend is being assaulted and she kills him. It does seem like a bit much because like one blow, like knocking him over would have been enough. But like they went a little bit heavy with the actual murder. So to be fair, like, yeah, she was defending her friend, but she did not deserve to go to jail for that because she didn't need to kill him.
Right.
But
exactly.
Yeah. I'm not excited for the second one. Even if they took that ending off, I'd be like, why are they doing a second one? You know what I mean? Even if it ended well, I'd be like, the story's been told. What are they doing here? But it made money. So as Hollywood does, they're going to try and milk it for all it's worth.
Yeah. Also, Raging Rhino, thank you so much for the raid. We are ending stream in just a couple of minutes. So you caught us right at the end, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, I mean, maybe one day you should watch Ghostbusters 2016.
Why do you
Just
hate me? I thought we were friends.
we are friends, but I have to play Dustborn and watch it. At least you don't have to play Dustborn, you
Oh
know?
yeah, that's
Because
true.
like Chris Hemsworth is in it, but his character is basically supposed to be there as like
A dumb blonde.
the dumb blonde idiot eye candy. And then all of the major females are played major in two very different ways. They are like they're feminist comedians. And so it was bad. It was.
Sounds awful.
I mean, it was worse than this. This
For
at
sure.
least
This
this
at
at
least
least
had some
had
good
a
parts.
solid start
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh.
But yeah, I didn't know if you had any last minute thoughts on The Housemaid.
No, just the ending was unfortunate, but I wouldn't say maybe wait for it to come to streaming because I know the
Yeah.
gentlemen are going to want to see it for some obvious reasons. Ladies might like it. Like I said, actually I really enjoyed it. So this is definitely more aimed for women, but guys, there's things about it that the guys are gonna like. If you don't want to give the money, then just wait for it to come to streaming or sail the high seas. I'm definitely interested to know like maybe some of your guys' thoughts. So comment if you have seen it, maybe afterwards. Let us know in the comment section what you thought about it, and I will let you guys know maybe next week or the following week if the book is any better. Because if they remove that crap in the book, I'll be like solid, and then it's probably I'm gonna become one of those people like the book was better, and I'm so mad now because it was so good. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. But Funky says never suggest Ghostbusters 2016 to anyone.
She's like, listen, I have to suffer, so
Yeah, I
so
had to
does
watch
she."
it, so so do you.
No, I avoided it for almost 10 years. Well, 10 years, yeah, right. It was 2016.
Yeah, well, can't avoid it anymore. Also, Nicki Minaj's fat bum for both of you. What's your opinion on my profile picture? Very stunning and brave.
Well, I'm straight, so I have no input. I'm saying Mark's not, but I'm just saying. I
I'll
have no
objectify fictional characters all I want, but real people, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
it's very brave. I'll go with that.
It is. But thank you for the two. Much appreciated. So, Wicked, what have you been up to? What are you going to be up to? Do you have any fun plans?
There'll be gaming streams this week. Wicked's World tomorrow, and then next week's where the fun really happens because I have my birthday stream on Tuesday, and then obviously Vara and Virtue will be on my channel next week, and we may even have a guest. And on Saturday, for those of you who know my pirate podcast that I do with Jay and our crew, their book, Jay and X-Wing's book, The Daughter's Revenge, is dropping. Some familiar faces may be in the book too, but I'm not going to give anything away. I haven't read it myself yet. I've just seen some pictures and stuff. But it drops on Saturday, and I will be streaming there at 5 p.m. Eastern before Saucy for the launch. So yeah, that's History of Pirates. If you're on my channel, you know that I have like the links for that and everything. I probably should have set it up, but that's happening.
That's okay.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm awful at promoting, but yeah, that's what I've got going on this week and next week. Yeah.
Cool. And of course, guys, all of Wicked Virtue's links are in the description. They are being put in the chat. Of course, I will be finishing up Arkham City tomorrow, which I'm excited about because I love the game. But we do still have Shadows and Arkham Knight to get through. I will be, of course, doing that as I do every week, video games, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Monday nights is Fuck My Life, and Wednesday nights is the Vara and Virtue Show. Next week, it will be on Ryan's channel and then on Wicked Virtue's channel. We'll also, I'm sure, be doing something special for her birthday. I'll let her pick the movie or multiple movies for her birthday. Maybe some new ones, maybe some classics, who knows? Yeah. And, of course, go and subscribe to the second channel if you haven't already. Almost at 5,000 subscribers over there, which is very, very cool. But yeah, we'll be back next week per usual. Join the Discord if you are not already a part of it. We do have a Vara and Virtue tab in both of our Discord servers as well. I don't think Wicked's Discord is linked in the description, but you can find it through her X account. And if you join our server, it is there too. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Any last final words, Wicked?
Yeah, I actually got the link. So if you
Oh,
guys
cool.
want the
Nice. I'll put that in the description too.
Yeah, and the stream is set up, so I just put the stream link. If you guys want to check it, go
Nice.
hop in there and give it give it hype. There's gonna be a lot of faces on that panel. It's gonna be fun. Book launch. It's actually my first time going on a stream to launch a book, so that's gonna be fun.
That is exciting.
Yeah, so there it is. I did the proper thing. I'm a professional.
Blah blah blah. Proper name, proper place. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you all so much for being here the past few hours. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for your support. Thank you for stopping by, and have a very good rest of your evening, everyone.
Good night.